All right, class, this is video 2 for day it's done, measures 1 through 4 for the left hand, all right? So let's go over what we have. Remember, looking at this symbol right here, looks like a kind of like a number 9. This is a bass clef right here. We also call this the F clef, and this will let us know that every note on these lines and spaces is going to be played with our left hand, okay? Remember the 3/4, like we talked about in video 1, means that we have 3 beats per measure, 3 counts per measure, and the 4 means that each quarter note is going to get 1 beat, okay? Remember the alternate name for the bass clef is the F clef, and the reason why is because the F line goes through or in between these 2 dots right here. You got 2 dots, and that line going in between them is the F line. So right here, you have an F. I'm going to click on it, and you're going to see that this is an F, and the F is located where this blue highlight is. So we got middle C here. We got C, B, A, G, F. So this is F right here. All right. Now, the position that we're going to use, we're going to have our pinky on C, this low C, ring finger D, middle finger E, index finger F, thumb G. This is the position. So your hand needs to stay in this position. All right. Starting out. Now, the only thing that's going to change is your pinky is going to move 1 white key to the left from this C to this B, because our first note is on the B line. That's the B line. That's going to be B. Then the second note in this chord is going to be on the F line. That's F, which we're going to play with our index finger. We play the B with our pinky. All right. No other fingers. All right. B is going to be played pinky. F played with an index finger. Make sure if your hands are small that you stretch the best you can. And then the last note in this chord we have is G. This note is on the G space. Okay. All right. So the note that we have, or the chord that we have, we call this a G7 chord. This is a G7 chord. And the definition for a chord is any group of notes 3 or more. Anytime you play 3 or more notes at the same time, that's a chord. Not 2 or more, but 3 or more. When you play 2 notes, that's an interval. So if it's just 2 notes, we call that an interval. But anytime we get to 3 or more, which are, all of these are chords because it's 3 or more notes, okay? Now, the type of notes we're playing, or the value of the notes, all 3 of these notes are dotted half notes, meaning that a half note gets 2 beats. The dot to the right of the half note is an extra beat. So these notes are going to all equal 3 beats. So when we play this G7 chord, we hold it for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we stop. So that's what this means. Now, before we play this G7, we have some rests right here. We have a half rest here, a half rest here. In a 3/4 song, that half rest is basically used to denote that we're not going to play anything for the left hand in this measure or this measure. So we don't start playing notes for the left hand until we get to the 3rd measure. Okay? And okay, what's a measure? Well, a measure is divided up by this bar line. So this is a group of 3 count, 3 count, 3 count, 3 count. So we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the last group, or the last chord we have, is a C chord. So we have the bottom. On the bottom, we have on the C space, this C. Then next we have on the E space, E. And on the G space, G. All of these are dotted half notes, meaning that we're going to hold this chord for 3 beats for a count of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, the way we finger the C chord, we use our pinky on C, middle finger on E, thumb on G. So now, let's do this slowly. Let's play the C chord again. Ready, go. Now, when we're going, now I want you to hold it, okay? Make sure you're holding this C chord down. Don't just do that, but hold it down. All right. Now we're going to switch to the G chord, G7. We're going to keep our thumb on G. We're going to use now our index finger on F. And we're going to take the pinky and move it to the left to B. Now play that G7 chord and hold it. All right, hold it down. Make sure you're holding it. Okay. Now let's go back to the C chord. All right, back to the G7. Now back to the C chord. All right, now we're going to do this in time, okay? So I'm going to do this 3 times. If you are able to play these 3 consecutive times with no mistakes, then you'll be ready to move to the next video.
1. Set. Go.
Go ahead and position yourself to play the G7 chord. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do that again.
1.
Remember, we're not playing
Set.
in the beginning, okay?
Go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, play. G7, 2, 3, C, 2, 3. All right, let's do that one more time. Third and final time.
1. Set. Go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, play. G7, 2, 3, C, 2, 3. All right, so once you're able to switch between that G7 and that C chord, and you're able to do it without playing bad notes or without playing it at the wrong time, and you're able to play this perfectly, you are now ready to move to video number 3. If not, what you need to do is rewind to where we started doing the exercise, and you need to do the exercise again until you get it. Repeat the exercise until you get it.